This is Caitlin, your host of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast, where we get no sleep and survive on coffee to watch just one more episode at night. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast. We are at the end of July, which means this is a wrap-up episode. Yes, we are wrapping things up for July and talking about things I'm excited for in August. Let me tell you, I'm excited for things in August more than I thought I would be, because there's only one crime drama coming in August from K-Drama Land, at least. But I found other things I'm excited for, and some I was surprised about because I didn't even know they were coming out. But July, in general, has been keeping up with the average I've been having for 2025 so far. At least I'm consistent, and at least I'm getting stuff off my current watch list because in July, I really didn't start anything new, but I cleaned stuff off my watch list. I did start new things, mainly for the podcast episode or that they're short, which I'll explain later. But for the most part, I did not start any airing dramas, and I think that's going to continue pretty much until at least September, but probably longer than that. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. I'm just glad I completed the same amount of dramas I've been doing for all of 2025, pretty much. I completed 4 dramas in July, which is what I'm averaging right now this year. Do I want more? Yeah, absolutely. But here we are. I think 2025, I'm not going to be watching airing dramas. I think that's just going to be a thing now. I might watch airing dramas after they're done airing, but yeah, I don't know what it is. I really don't. But it is what it is. I'm at least completing stuff versus what I was doing at the beginning of the year, and I'm consistent. I'm happy I'm consistent. As I said, I was planning on clearing out my current watch list. I didn't finish or complete as many dramas as I wanted to, but I made progress. So that still counts. I think I have 3 more dramas. 3 more dramas I still need to finish before I deem my current watch list cleared out because I still have Please Take Care of My Refrigerator, and I'm really behind on that. And actually, Netflix just added more episodes. We're up to like 50 episodes, and I'm like at episode 10 or something. I'm gonna probably be just slowly watching that, and that's probably never gonna be off my watch list. But other than that, and some anime, I have 3, maybe 4 dramas I want to clear off my current watch list, and then I'm going to add more stuff. But we'll see, because I have 2 things I need to start in August for the podcast, because I'm recording stuff in August. July, I didn't really record that many things, except for one, which I'll explain later. We'll see what happens. We'll see what I start watching. We'll see what I end up completing. I at least know I'm going to be completing 2 things because they'll be for the podcast later in August. We'll see what happens. But in July, I actually did sneak in a couple dramas that weren't on my current watch list previously to July because they were short and I was able to complete them, but also I had to binge it for a podcast episode recording. At least we're watching stuff. That's all I gotta say. Overall, though, I feel like July's a success. It was a good month for me because at least I'm consistent. I'll just have to accept 2025 is just going to be a weird year, and I'm just going to keep saying that. But I'm happy that's where I am now versus what I was in January, because January and February sucked big time for me. All right, if you have never been a part of a wrap-up episode, this is the episode I talk about everything I completed in the last month, my ratings, what I thought of them, would I recommend them, if I dropped anything, which in this case I did not drop anything in July, and then what I'm looking forward to in the upcoming month, aka August 2025. And then at the very end, if I happen to be starting things that aren't an airing drama, like older dramas for a podcast episode or a variety show, whatever. I'll talk about those things at the end of the episode. So here we go. This is everything that I completed in the month of July. I really actually, as I said, did not record a lot of podcast episodes in July. So most of what I completed in July are dramas that I needed to get off my current watch list. And then also one that I kind of just snuck in there because it's very short. It's like 6 episodes, I want to say. It was either 6 or 8. I know it's not 10 or something. Yeah, 6 episodes. I only was actually watching one quote unquote airing drama. It was not a Korean drama, but I actually I actually ended up like not keeping up with it and saving it till the end because I wanted to binge the last 5 episodes, but I still completed in August. Anyway, yeah, August is just gonna be really weird because I don't think I'm gonna start any new ones even though I'm excited for a lot of new ones. The problem is I'm traveling too, so that will put a wrench in my plans, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. I completed some great dramas in July, in my opinion, and then one that I wish was a little better, but we'll talk about it. I completed 4 dramas in July, and then I also completed an American show. The first one I'm gonna talk about is the Japanese drama Marry My Husband. This is the Japanese version of it. It is also on Amazon Prime, so you have the Korean drama, and then you have now the Japanese drama, both on Amazon Prime if you want to watch both of them. I really, 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 really try not to compare dramas unless I'm doing a versus episode. It was really hard with the Marry My Husband Japanese version to not compare it to the Korean version. But I will say it was a little easier because I don't remember everything that happened in the Korean version, like scene by scene by scene. So overall, the Japanese version hit the same moments. I have not read the webtoon, so I'm going off of the Korean storyline. Overall, the Japanese version hit the same moments and hit the same things, but they just did it differently, and the tone was really different. I personally loved the Japanese drama more than the Korean version because of the tone. I like the Korean version a lot. I think that was still a really good drama. I like the Japanese better because it's darker. It's a lot darker. It has comedy, but does not have as much comedy as the Korean drama. And also, the Japanese drama took out a major part of the Korean drama that I hated that was in there. The fact that the Japanese drama just eliminated that part altogether, I immediately like this one more. I'm not gonna say what that is because I don't wanna spoil the Korean drama, but it was a good, big storyline that I did not like. The Japanese drama just did not even bother bringing that in, which I appreciate that for. I thought the leads had great chemistry in this. It had great acting, especially the villains. What I love is the villains were so much more diabolical in this one, especially Reina. The husband, he was still evil. He was still a bad character, but I don't think he was as evil as his Korean counterpart. Reina, though, was on a whole nother level. She was insane. Like, insane. And I loved every second of it. The actress playing Reina was brilliant. She was amazing. She was so good in her acting. I really want to watch her other dramas. I'm sure she is very versatile, just like in how she portrayed this villain. It was just so good because her little micro expressions going from pretending to be really nice and really cutesy and really sweet to like utter villain in a millisecond was insane. And then she did this thing with her face that she would like twitch one eye. I don't even know how you would do that, but she did it multiple times in this drama. And that was all you saw in her facial expression to show that she was bothered. Like she had this smile on her face and then her eye was twitching. It was amazing. It was so good. And she was so unhinged. And I loved it. I loved her. I loved her so much. I love a good villain though. I mean, I can appreciate a really good villain, and Marry My Husband Japanese version delivered on the villain for sure. I love the OSTs of this. I love the changes this version made. I did not go through the entire Japanese drama thinking like, "Oh, they changed this, they changed this." But there's some blatantly obvious changes you see in this, especially if you've seen the Korean version. I did have some minor issues with this drama, but overall, I could ignore those because I just enjoyed this so much that I just ignored the minor issues I had with it. I just had so much fun watching this, and it was something I like really needed because I was looking forward to the episodes every week. And I heard that this was a collab between Korea and Japan again. I don't know what part was collabing with what, but if they can do more of these, I'm for it. I'm so for it because this was fantastic. 10 out of 10. I rated this a 10 out of 10. Even if I had some minor issues, I ignored that and still rated it a 10 out of 10. Marry My Husband was fantastic. All right, next drama I completed in July was Karma. This was one where it was only 6 episodes and I just watched it, like started it in July and watched it and completed it. really quick watch just because I could. Nearly perfect drama for me as well. You can watch this on Netflix. The twists and connections of this are insane. Like, the first couple episodes, I really couldn't get into. I was like, "Oh, where's this going?" It's a very slow moving. There's so many characters, but I swear, stick with it. Stick with it because by episode 3, I was hooked and I wanted to see how all of this was gonna end, and the ending was super satisfying in my opinion. The connections of this, of, like, who was connected to who and the storyline twists connecting to this was insane. Cliffhangers were a lot of fun. You will hate almost everybody in this drama, though. There are very few likable people. But I think that was also part of the satisfying ending because you were waiting for these awful people to get the ending they deserved, aka karma. When everything was revealed, though, I was like, wow, how did the writers even come up with this? It blew my mind. Trigger warning for gore and violence. This is very gory and very violent. I rated this a 9.5 out of 10. That was Karma. Next drama I completed in July was the Chinese drama The Prisoner of Beauty. This is a drama I binged because I recorded a podcast review for it. That will be coming out on my own podcast with a guest host in August, so look forward to that. I can see why a lot of people were saying this Chinese drama is their drama of the year so far. I loved it as much as probably everybody else. I loved the lead couple. I loved how they complimented each other and their banter. They kind of just like, she was good at her things, he was good at his things, and then them together were a powerhouse, basically. I loved how the male lead had like this hard exterior, but had a very kind heart. I loved how they opened up as the story progressed and how their relationship progressed from the beginning to the end. The ending to me seemed a little rushed, and it also, for me, it was too easy to get rid of the villains, but still a fantastic drama, very entertaining. Look forward to a review from me soon on the podcast. I rated The Prisoner of Beauty a 9 out of 10. The last drama I completed in July was A Life for a Life. This was one I got off my current watch list. It's a Chinese drama. I watched it on iQIYI. Oh yeah, The Prisoner of Beauty I watched on Viki. That's where I watched it. But you can watch it on the Chinese streaming sites, of course. A Life for a Life. I was looking forward to this Chinese drama because of the cast, and also the trailer seemed super creepy and really dark. And while this Chinese drama was good, it could have been better. It could have been great, in my opinion. It had great acting and cinematography. The cinematography and acting really stood out. The pacing was off. It moved way too slow, in my opinion. Because I expected the plot to be different, I don't think I enjoyed this drama as much as I should have, because I was expecting this drama to be like a cat and mouse story where the criminal escapes from prison and the officer chases after him for years and tries to track him down. Yes, that happened, but overall, that wasn't the main storyline. It was more of character driven, and it was more about like the characters and their experiences versus the plot of a cop chasing after a criminal. And I wanted more of that, the cop chasing after a criminal versus the character driven story. I did love the complicated relationships because it was character driven, and the cop and the prisoner had a very complicated relationship from when they were both working and living in this prison to when they were chasing each other. But I wanted it to be a very different story, and it wasn't that. So I gave this a 7.5 out of 10. It was okay. It wasn't the best crime drama I've ever seen, but it also wasn't the worst. If you liked some of these veteran actors in the cast, I would say check it out. They did a great job. Cinematography was beautiful, but if you're expecting a cat and mouse type story, skip this one for sure. And last but not least, the last thing I completed in July was an American show. It's called We Were Liars. So when I was on vacation, my friend made me and her other friend start this show, and then I just completed it when I got back from the vacation. This was a really quick watch. You can watch it on Amazon Prime. I think it has 8 episodes. This is basically about a rich family who have an island. Looks like to be off the coast of like Maine, New York, that type of island. And they each have this house on this island. So there's like 6 houses on the island. All the siblings have their own house. Very rich family. And the main character, the girl, she's like a teenager slash college student, depending on the year, because it spans over multiple years. Something happens to her on this island, and she doesn't remember what happened. She just remembers bits and pieces of it. So the story has two storylines where she is in the present day trying to figure out what happened on this island. And then it goes to the timeline of leading up to the big event that happened. And then at the end, they like crash together and you find out what actually happened to her on this island. Now, because this story was about a rich family, you have not only her story, but you have her like basically rediscovering the secret she found out through this storyline leading up to this event. So, because it's a rich family, and, there's tropes when it comes to chaebol families, rich families, whether it's a Korean drama or American show. I kind of predicted some of the secrets that were going to come out. Some of the others I did not, but some of them were blatantly obvious, sort of actually cliche. If you think of rich family, what kind of secrets come out of a rich family drama, story, show. I also predicted parts of the ending before the ending. So, like episode 5 or 6, I predicted what the big reveal was, at least parts of it, but I did not predict all of it. So, I still was surprised by the ending. I wish I couldn't have predicted as much as I did, but it was unexpected at the same time. So I didn't hate it because you know how I always say if I can predict an ending in a crime drama or a drama that has like this huge twist at the end, I usually drop it because I'm not surprised anymore. Well, with this show, even though I predicted some things, I didn't predict all of it. So I still was surprised. It still had some really good twists and really good acting. And then once I completed the show, I talked about it with my friend, and she's like, well, did you notice this? Did you notice that? And if you rewatch the show after knowing some things, you could pick out some things that they were foreshadowing or some things they were using to give clues on what that big reveal was. I'm not going to say the big reveal, obviously, because that's the whole point of the show. So, overall, I had a lot of fun watching this. It's a quick watch. If you've read the book, because I tried to get my cousin to watch this show, and she's like, well, I've read the book, so I know the ending. As far as I'm aware, if you read the book, you should not bother watching this show because you know the ending, of course. It still had some good twists and turns, though, and I was very surprised by the ending. I will say, though, I didn't really agree fully with how the main character was at the end of the show and her attitude at the very end because I expected her character to do something very different than what she did. But overall, great series, really quick watch if you're looking for a mystery, crime, whodunit type of show. I would recommend We Were Liars. Well acted, I rated that a 9 out of 10. The other reason why I rated it a 9 out of 10 is because I bawled my eyes out the last episode and a half. Like, I was sobbing, sobbing, and, I hate crying, so that's another thing. 9 out of 10 for the American show, and that is everything that I completed in July 2025. I did not drop anything, so we will move right into August, what I'm looking forward to in August. Now, I really did not think I was looking forward to too much stuff in August because there's literally only one crime Korean drama coming out in August. So I was like, "Oh, I'm not going to have a lot of dramas I'm looking forward to in August." Wrong. I was really wrong. Clearly, Asian drama land had other plans. Once you look beyond Korea, had other dramas I was looking forward to. Now, some of the dramas I'm going to list off and talk about, especially the Korean dramas, I'm on the fence about, where I might check them out because of certain reasons, but I'm also on the fence because of other reasons. I might check them out and then I might not continue with them. We'll have to see. I might just not. I don't know. I haven't quite decided, but I at least want to give them a shot because I want variety in my current watch list. But I also want to continue clearing out my current watch list. I don't know. I don't quite know what I'm gonna do in August yet, but I'm also just on the fence up with a couple of these because I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna like them or not. I also don't want my current watch list to be 100% crime dramas, which I think in 2025 it has been for the most part. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to talk about everything, what I'm excited for, but I will say what dramas I'm kind of on the fence for and why. Other dramas on this list, though, I've been looking forward to for like 6 months, probably longer than that. So there's some on this list I'm going to talk about that I'm so excited for because we are finally getting them in August. But overall, I think I got a good list of dramas I'm looking forward to in August. There are even more dramas out there that I'm probably excited for, but they're rumored for August. And as we all know on this episode, I don't talk about rumored dates. It could be like rumored streaming platforms. They have to have a confirmed date, though. So there's at least one Japanese drama that is rumored for August that I'm excited for that I don't want to talk about in case it doesn't actually premiere in August. And I know there's at least a few Chinese dramas that are rumored for August that I want to watch it. But I'm not going to name those because they aren't confirmed. First one I'm going to talk about is Mary Kills People. This is a Korean drama. It's going to air on August 1st. I don't know yet where it's going to air. I have not seen any confirmation of international streaming site. So this is a Korean drama, the only crime Korean drama coming out in August that I could see. So naturally, I'm obviously excited for it. It's actually a remake of the Canadian TV series, which I think ran for 3 seasons. That's also called Mary Kills People. So it has the same concept as the Canadian show. I have not watched the Canadian show, but I've heard of it. The cast for the Korean drama, it stars Lee Bo-young, Lee Min-ki, and Kang Ki-young. Those are the 3 leads. Now, the rumor is Kang Ki-young is playing a villain again, which has not been confirmed, and I actually don't really know his character. I think he's another doctor in this, but I'm not certain. But if he is a villain in this, for sure we'll enjoy it because I love him playing a villain. He's plays villains very well. But what draws me to this drama is the story. So Lee Bo-young plays a doctor who helps terminally ill patients end their life, even though it's illegal. And apparently, in the Canadian version, Eamon Key's character is a undercover cop who comes in and infiltrates her organization and tries to take him down. It's unclear. I think he is a cop in the Korean drama. I don't know. I don't want to give anything away in case it's a spoiler, but he apparently is a cop. She's the doctor. Kang Ki-young, I think, is another doctor that's helping her out, but that's unclear. There's some things in the Canadian show that I want to say, but I think it would be a spoiler if I do, and I don't want to be one of those people, so we'll just leave it at that. Anyway, I bet I'll be crying with this, especially if they explore the patients' lives before they become ill and seek help in ending their life, but we'll see. We'll see. This does not have a streaming service attached to it yet, so I might not even be able to watch this one. So we'll have to wait and see. That was Mary Kills People. It's going to premiere August 1st. Next one I'm going to talk about, and I'm sorry if I butcher this name. It's K Majira. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a Thai drama. It's going to air on iQIYI on August 9th. I have been looking forward to this Thai drama forever, ever since it was announced. And I think it was announced sometime last year. It's just been on my radar, and I was like, "Oh, this looks really interesting," and we're finally getting it in August. I'm so excited. I'm probably gonna wait and start this a little, so we have some episodes built up because I don't think I'll be able to wait week by week and watch this one. It apparently is a horror BL romance drama. The main character is named Kem, which I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. He apparently is born into a cursed family where if a boy is born into the family, they are destined to die before the age of 20. If you're a girl born in the family, you're good to go. You have no worries. It's only the boys. His mom apparently gave him a girl name to protect him from this curse. And he thought he was all good. He had lived longer than apparently anybody else in his family. Apparently, it's also running from his mom's side of the family. It has nothing to do with his father's side. That's what I've read from Google. So his mom gave him a girl's name to protect him, and he thought he was okay until he hit the age of 19, and now things are happening to him. So him and his friend, who has been with him for a very long time and knows about this curse, they seek out Peem. I think that's his name, Peem, who is a shaman, and they hope to recruit this shaman, and they 3 will investigate his family's curse and hopefully avoid his family's curse. Well, obviously the shaman and Kim start a romance, and then we obviously have a second romance. It's a BL horror romance drama. I've seen the trailer of this. It looks high production. We love a good high production Thai drama. It definitely has horror elements. There are some scary looking parts in this show. And I know Thailand does horror very well. I'm a little nervous to watch this because I don't do horror very well, but I'm also very intrigued by the shaman story and the curse in general. The people in the cast I have never watched in a drama from MDL. They're fairly new. They haven't been acting for a long time, but I'm more here for the story. The story seems really unique, and I love checking out a drama with new actors and a story that draws me in. That's usually what happens when I start a drama is the story usually is the thing that makes it interesting for me. So yeah, that is the Thai drama Kemjira. I know I'm probably mispronouncing that. I'm so sorry. Thai drama, it's going to be on iQIYI premiering August 9th. Also, I swear, iQIYI and also WeTV, but like basically iQIYI has a humongous LGBTQ like section. I'm always amazed when I open that app and half of the shows are Thailand are from Thailand, all from like BLs or GLs or whatever. But now obviously you now are having like some Chinese dramas come out of the woodwork and type of thing. Anyway, I'm always so surprised that that app has LGBTQ section. All right, next thing I'm going to talk about is a crime documentary, which I'm very excited for. This is The Echoes of Survivors Inside Korea's Tragedy. It will be premiering on Netflix on August 15th. Whenever Netflix comes out with a Korean crime documentary, I'm there. I have loved both of their other Korean crime documentaries. Also, I'm just a lover of crime documentaries in general. I'm obsessed with them. I swear if I wasn't watching Asian dramas, I'd probably be watching all crime documentaries. But probably is not surprising. I'm excited for this. The other two Korean crime documentaries that Netflix has put out, the one is named In the Name of God, a Holy Betrayal. And then the other one is The Raincoat Killer Chasing a Predator in Korea, are excellent. Both are really good. In the Name of God, it was about cults. And then The Raincoat Killer is about a famous serial killer in Korea. So this documentary apparently covers 4 different crimes that occurred in Korea. It doesn't give like a real time period, but it's like 4 very famous crimes that happened. And it's not just covering like religious organizations. I know I think I heard they revisit one of the religious organizations that were mentioned in the name of God, but they also have other crimes covered in this documentary. So I hear it's about 4 incidences, which will be like 8 to 10 episodes, maybe 12. So one of them I think is rumored to be the Sampong department store, which I know we've probably heard about, especially because it was featured in multiple Korean dramas at this point. But I think they're revisiting one of the organizations mentioned in the Name of God. And then they're also addressing a serial killer at least once, but not the same one, as far as I know, is not the same one as the Raincoat Killer, a different one. And then there's a 4th case, I think, that they're doing. So the 4 in total, but it's unconfirmed. They haven't really confirmed what they're going to be talking about. But as you could look at the poster, one is definitely the mall, Sampyeong department store, and then you see a picture from one of the religious organizations that was talked about in the name of God. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But there's 4 crimes in total. FYI, if you do want to know more about Korean crimes and you are looking for a podcast to listen to, I would recommend Korean True Crime. I listen to them. I kind of like save up the episodes for when I am on a trip and I just listen to them. She researches very well, is very thorough, and I enjoy how she does her podcast episodes. I have the link to the podcast in the show notes on the blog for this. So if you want a link to that, go to the blog and you will find that in the section I talk about this documentary. But that is The Echoes of Survivors Inside Korea's Tragedies. If you have not seen the other documentaries, though, I highly recommend those as well because they're fantastic. I know the Raincoat Killer Chasing a Predator in Korea came out at the same time as Through the Darkness, or at least maybe before it or after it, something like that. And it was really interesting watching Through the Darkness and then watching the documentary, because Through the Darkness addresses the serial killer that was portrayed in that documentary. It was great. I loved it. And I love crime documentaries in general. So that is a crime documentary coming to Netflix called The Echoes of Survivor Inside Korea's Tragedy, that will be out August 15th. All right, the next two Korean dramas I'm going to talk about are both of the ones I'm kind of on the fence about. So the first one is, and sorry if I'm butchering this name, it is called Emma? I'm gonna say Ama. I'm really rusty on my Korean. Ama? I don't know. Okay. That's how I'm gonna say it. Ama. It will air on Netflix. It's gonna be premiering on August 22nd. So I didn't even know this drama existed until the trailer came out like yesterday, maybe the day before. I would say the trailer was the thing that caught my attention because I mean, I didn't even know this existed. I had no idea that Honey Lee. I didn't even know she was coming out with a new drama. I'm really on the fence about this because it takes place in the 1980s, I think, and it's about South Korea's film industry. And Honey Lee plays this top actress. She's like in everything, really famous, and she has a temper and her personality is abrasive and she speaks her mind and whatever. So she gets cast in this film called Madame Ama, which apparently is a real film. It's produced by this guy who's apparently really famous in the industry, and he's ruthless. And they clash, and when it is too much for him to work with her, he replaces her and drops her from the film and finds a replacement, which is this younger girl played by Bang Hyung Rim. And so it's all about like people fighting for the top in this film industry and trying to make this specific movie. Apparently, the trailer makes this drama look fun and wild and out there and like just crazy because I mean, there's probably corruption and there's a lot of like strong personalities, right? I'm really curious about the time period and really curious about this movie business that's portrayed in this. What is throwing me off though is the comedy. I mean, I know if Honey Lee's in a drama, that's probably going to have comedy. Like, she's a comedic actress. She does comedy very well. I just don't know if it's going to be my kind of comedy. It's only 6 episodes, so maybe I'll check it out and see if I can stick with it because I am interested in it. But I don't know if this comedy is going to be my thing. Also, this cast, let alone Honey Lee, but everybody else is great. They have some veteran actors in here. The cast looks amazing. So I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know if I'm going to try this. I might like wait and see what people think about it. I don't know. I'm just really curious about the whole aspect of the time period and the movie industry at the same time though. Anyway, so that was Ama? I think I wanna say Ama? I'm sorry, I'm probably butchering that name, and that's gonna be out August 22nd. The next drama I'm gonna talk about is Bon Appetit, Your Majesty. This is a Korean drama. It's rumored for Netflix, but it's not confirmed, and it's gonna premiere August 23rd. This is also a Korean drama I'm on the fence about for the same reason. I am here for the food. I mean, you put a food drama in front of me, I definitely want to check it out. That is pretty much the only reason why I'm interested in this, though. I don't mind anybody in the cast, but they're not a draw for me, so I could avoid this. I could not watch this. Also, the trailer had comedy in it, and again, I don't know if I'm gonna like the comedy. I really would watch this because of the food, because the trailer even had some amazing food shots. I just don't know if that's a big enough reason for me to hop into a drama that I might drop. So yeah, I'm kind of on the fence about this one as well because I'm here for just the food because the story is about a chef who is whisked back to the Joseon era, the Joseon dynasty, and has to cook for the king to avoid being killed by him. And he's like a ruthless king that will kill everybody. And so I'm really only here for the food. I could care less who the cast was. And it's not like I dislike the cast. There's not like, oh my God, he's my favorite or she's my favorite. Like, there's nobody that's really like, I have to watch this. I don't know. So I'm kind of on the fence about that. Really, the only reason I would be watching it or checking out was the food. the food shots. So I don't know if that's a big enough reason for me to start a drama. Anyway, that was Bon Appetit, Your Majesty. It's rumored for Netflix. That's the other thing. It's only rumored for Netflix, so might not even have a streaming site yet. Who knows? But that's going to premiere on August 23rd. And the last drama I'm going to talk about is one I am very excited for, and I've been excited for since the beginning of the year. I'm praying to God Hulu gets this one. This is 12. It's a Korean drama. It is supposedly on Disney Plus, maybe Hulu. It will also premiere on August 23rd. Again, this is one that I've been excited for since it was announced. The cast is stacked, has a lot of heavy hitters in this cast. The story concept is really interesting. It's basically about 12 animals. I'm assuming they're the zodiac, but we don't know all the animals. It's about 12 animals who are made in the humans and sent down to Earth to save the world, basically. So they have powers and they're fighting against demons. Particularly, they're fighting against a Park Hyung-sik. He is a villain. I am so excited to watch him play a villain. Oh my God, I'm so excited to watch him play a villain because the trailer looks so good. I've been waiting for him to play a villain for a very long time. I'm sure he's played a villain before, but I haven't seen all of his dramas. But him even playing like an anti-hero in Buried Hearts was amazing. I'm so looking forward to him playing full-on villain. We also have Ma Dun-suk in here in 12, which he hasn't been in a Korean drama for at least 10 years. Almost 10 years. He's been into a lot of movies, though. He's back in K-drama land with this, and it seems like the perfect casting for him, too. He's like the ringleader of these 12 people, 12 animals that come down. I hope this K-drama's good. I don't want to have too high of expectations, but it's really, really hard. Really hard. And I'm just so excited we're finally getting this because, again, I've been excited for it for a very long time. But that is everything I'm excited for in August. Some I'm more excited for than others. I have no idea what I'm going to end up watching. Again, I might save some things until I have cleared off my current watch list. We'll just have to wait and see. But at least I have stuff I'm excited for. That's all I want. So who knows? Who knows what I'm going to watch in August, but there's a lot of things I'm excited for. There are a lot of interesting things that are coming out in August. Last but certainly not least, I'm going to talk about some of the things that I plan on starting in August due to podcast recordings or other things. So there's a podcast recording that I want to do in September, October, but I have to watch multiple dramas for that to happen. So I'm basically planning on binging all of the medical examiner Dr. Chin stuff I can get my hands on in America, in the US, which I think is 3 movies, which is like when I say movies, they're like an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and a half long. They're short, quote unquote, movies. And then there's 2 additional Chinese dramas under that same name. I'm planning on starting some of these in August just so I can pace it out and finish it by September or October so I can record the podcast episode. So that's what I plan to do. Basically, I'm going to try and watch 3 Chinese movies and 2 C-dramas, or at least start some of them. But they're all medical examiner Dr. Chin in that universe. Apparently, we're supposed to get a new drama, but it's been in the works forever. So I don't know. But that is everything that I completed in July and also everything I'm looking forward to in August. What did you guys complete in July? What did you enjoy? What should I pick up? Because clearly I'm just not on a schedule at this point. I'm just watching whatever. Let me know what you thought of my reviews or what you thought of what I watched. Did you agree with them? Did you disagree? Are you excited for anything I'm excited for in August? Thank you for joining me on another wrap-up episode, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye. If you want to continue the conversations about dramas that were started in this episode, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky under the username No Sleep for Dramas. That is No Sleep, the number 4 dramas, just like in the title of the podcast. This podcast is also an expansion of my blog, so you can visit my blog at www.nosleepfordramas.com, the number 4 dramas.com, and find multiple years of blog posts already available at your fingertips. All links are in the description of this episode. Finally, Please give this podcast a like or a follow wherever you listen to the podcast. Leaving a comment or a review also helps a lot. We love hearing ideas and feedback from all of you. Share the podcast with your friends as well. Thank you for listening. This has been an episode of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast, and I am your host, Caitlin. I will see you here next time, and I hope you get no sleep chasing the next episode just like me. Good night.